I'll explain it in full detail, and that'll help you.
I don't have to do like a video. I just have a quick question.
Oh, well, let me do it anyways. So for problem number 33, it says, is cosecant odd, even, or both? All right. So here's the thing. If it's an odd function, f of x will equal the negative of negative f of x. Okay? If it's an even function, then f of x will have the exact same y value for negative of x. Okay? They'll be the exact same. So really, you could just do this on your calculator. You could look at a graph. It'll tell you that too. So in order to graph this, first I need to be in Cartesian mode, right? Function mode. So graphing this is kind of easy because while we don't have a cosecant function that we can plug in our calculator, we just need to remember that cosecant is the reciprocal of what?
Oh, I already know what I did.
Yeah, so cosecant is the reciprocal of sine of x. So if I wanted to plug it in the calculator, I would say 1 divided by sine of x. And it'll look a little goofy. Whoops. 1 divided by sine of x. And then we could just look at the table of values. Now, the other thing that I didn't mention is that when you graph it, it's symmetrical. The odd functions are symmetrical about the origin. So here, this will have symmetry about the origin, and even will have symmetry about the y-axis. Okay? So when I look at this, this looks like it has symmetry about the origin. In other words, if I were to take this, flip it upside down, and then flip it over again, you do a double flip over the x and then over the y. And one way to verify that is in the table of values. So if I come in here and I hit second graph, which gives me the table of values, what I can do is for when x equals 1, okay, and I'm just going to make a table of values so you guys can see it a little clearer. When x equals positive 1, I get positive 1, 8, right? So this is f of x. Now when x equals negative 1, I get negative 1.18. So that, based on the rules, is an odd function. That's what that means. When I plug in a negative value for x, I should get the exact same answer, but the negative version of it. So basically, cosecant of x is odd. And just so that you can see it, if I come in here and change this to cosine. Cosine of x, if I look at it graphically, I could cut this in half at the y-axis and flip this side over onto the other side. So that one has symmetry across the y-axis. But this one, if I look at the graph, for a negative 1, I get positive 5 or 0.54, and for a positive 1, I get positive 0.54. So those values are going to be the same whether I plug in a positive 1 or a negative 1. So then that would be an even function. Okay?